guys, it's Andrea. I'm your host of the BTS Happy Hour podcast. Thanks for tuning in. You might be wondering why I named it that. Number one, anytime I talk about BTS, it's a happy time. I think a lot of ARMY can say the same. Number two, I think everybody likes going to a happy hour. Now, if you're unfamiliar, this is a time of day when restaurants and bars have a special menu and pricing. It's usually 4 to 6 p.m. And this is time to be at the end of a work day. So if you've had a tough work day, this is one of the best things you can do to pick your mood back up. If you're a student listening to this, you probably can't relate. But once you get into the world of jobs, you're going to have stressful days. And it helps to have a happy hour every now and then to improve your mood. So at a happy hour, there's going to be some good appetizers and drinks, and everybody's relaxed and smiling and having a good time. And that's what I'm hoping this podcast will be like, except adding in BTS. So for this podcast, we will talk a little bit about everything going on with BTS, and we might even have a drink or two. Okay, joining me for today's show is Morgan. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, it's Morgan.
Okay, for our first story today, we're going to talk about JHope because he has just recently released a solo single, Chicken Noodle Soup.
Yep, I saw that.
This was a collaboration between JHope and Becky G, and we've seen that it was rumored that Becky G was doing something with BTS, so it's good to know that this is what it was, now that we know. Chicken Noodle Soup was sampled from a 2006 rap song by Webstar, Young B, and Voice of Harlem. What did you think of the song?
Well, first of all, I wasn't familiar with the original. Was it like a thing into that? Was it like popular? Was it like viral? What's going on with it?
It must have been because it was its own challenge in 2006.
I didn't know about any of that. It was okay. You know, I was like, who is Becky G a person, by the way? Is Becky G famous or anything?
She has a few hits. I remember a couple of her singles, I think.
I don't think that's accurate. I don't think she's anybody. But it was okay, yeah, you know. It wasn't that memorable, but it was. I think it was good. It was good for like a BTS person to like show their individual personality, and I do like that. I think JHope was able to show some individualism, you know, in that video. But beyond that, it wasn't that special of a video to me.
I think it was a very good showcase for dancing. JHope's dancing, and also his rap. And I like Becky G's part. She had a good vocal in that song.
Now, again, is Becky G a person? Should I know this Becky G? Because literally, I do not know Becky G. Is she a person I should know?
She had a hit a few years ago. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember she just recently performed in the Prime concert.
The Prime concert?
Yeah.
Where Taylor Swift like marked all of her enemies and things like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was in that. She was, I think, the opener. I was like, oh, that's right, Becky G. And she was really good in that. I didn't recognize her current songs, though.
Right. She's definitely not on any of my
very
playlists.
Cute.
But maybe because I'm just not young enough.
And it inspired also, BTS just joined TikTok. So then this also was a Chicken Noodle Soup dance challenge, so hopefully they got a lot of money for joining TikTok.
They joined TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, so I have no idea what. No, I know what TikTok is, but I'm not on it.
It used to be that app Musical.ly.
Is it basically like the replacement
thing
for Snapchat? Is it basically where young people are running from to escape their parents?
It's people lip syncing or dancing to songs, from what I understand.
What's the difference between TikTok and Snapchat? I don't get it.
I think you can just talk in Snapchat, and I think TikTok is more music oriented.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not going to be on either one, but okay. All right. So it was on TikTok. Got it.
Yeah. And I I feel like BTS joined and they had like a little video where they said, "Hey, we're joining TikTok." So I feel like this might have been a sponsored thing. Like they probably got money to join, and
Good.
I hope they did.
Good. They deserve money. They deserve all the money.
Yes. And let's see, Chicken Noodle Soup. It also, there were some people on Twitter, probably nobody relevant, but they were talking about cultural appropriation.
Oh, did anybody have dreadlocks or anything like that? Yeah. I didn't like pay very close attention.
Yeah, why does it cultural appropriation always have to do with hair stuff?
Oh, that's just the most obvious thing, right?
JHope.
Did JHope have dreadlocks or anything?
It wasn't even that. It was like he had gel and his hair was like spiky.
Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. Asian people can have spiky hair.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They can have any kind of hair.
Well, Asian people can have even dreadlocks. Even dreadlocks, I feel like anybody can have dreadlocks. Vikings had dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Is that cultural appropriation? Because Vikings had dreadlocks? No, absolutely not. That's stupid. Let's move. That's dumb.
I honestly think cultural appropriation, like when people say that, it's just antis, just trying to say something negative.
People who are
it's not a real
anti-BTS?
Yeah.
What kind of people are anti-BTS? What kind of weirdos?
You know, people that are fans of other groups.
Like EXO fans or whatever? EXO or GOT7 fans? Is that who you're talking about?
Just people that are anti-BTS.
Okay, you don't want to say, but probably EXO fans.
It could be. It could be.
Anyway, the point is, I didn't see it, and I'm gonna reveal that I'm not like a huge stan of anything because I clearly only watched Chicken Noodle Soup like once, but I didn't see anything that was quote unquote problematic to me. Even though I literally think nothing is problematic, but even if I were putting my hat on where I was trying to find problematic things, nothing seemed too bad with Chicken Noodle Soup. It was a good tribute. Let's put it that way. I did know of, the previous effort, so it seemed like a good tribute to that.
I was gonna say, if anything, it's not cultural appropriation because the whole purpose was to celebrate different cultures. So they were talking about.
Was it the whole purpose?
Yeah.
I don't know.
JHope being Korean and Becky G Hispanic and. Oh. The sample was like black culture, so I think.
Do you think JHope and Becky G hooked up? That's my question.
I don't think so, but it's possible. I don't know. I don't know her.
You don't think so?
I don't know her.
I'd like to think so.
Let's start a rumor.
Let's start a rumor right here. Becky G and JHope hooked up.
Yeah.
Did they have like some kind of? Did you see some chemistry in their eyes in the video?
There was some very good dancing.
Did they dance together?
Suggestive dancing, maybe.
Because that's the most important thing to me, whether people have sex or not.
Let's find out.
No, that would be great. Like just thinking, like, oh, did they hook up? I don't even know who this Becky G is, but I would like to think that JHope and Becky G had sex. That would be awesome.
One thing that we found out is that.
What did we find out?
JHope went to Los Angeles during their break, BTS 35-day break.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Their break.
And everybody was wondering, oh, why did he go to Los Angeles? Like, what's going on?
Oh, to do Chicken Noodle Soup.
Well, now we know.
Oh, okay.
But some people were like, oh, maybe he went there because he's going to be on The Masked Singer.
Oh, okay. But we know that's not true at this point.
Well, now that it's aired, it seems like he's not on that show.
Right. Well, the thing is, I don't think JHope is on the rap line, so I don't think he's a great singer. He's a great rapper and a great dancer, obviously. But, he's not going to be on The Masked Singer as a rapper or a singer. No offense to him.
He could be if they had time. I just don't think he would be able to come back
From
another
what I
time.
know, I don't think he would be a great singer on The Masked Singer.
He sings on a couple of their songs, like early on, like Spring Day.
And, really? Okay.
And then, but otherwise,
I have to plead ignorance because I'm not like a BTS stan.
He doesn't. Normally we just see his rap. So, but if he were to sing on The Masked Singer, that would be a way for him to not be revealed right away because not as many people are familiar with that.
Right. Okay.
But
But he wasn't on Masked Singer.
no. Well,
No.
the character that people thought he was, just based on the picture, it's like, oh, this person is standing this way, like
Oh, it was someone else. Who was it?
the egg person.
Oh, wasn't it the streamer?
That was Ninja.
Ninja?
That
the
was
streamer?
Ice Cream. But
Oh,
the
who's
one
the egg? Who's the egg?
egg was Johnny Weir.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not Johnny Weir. He's not going to sound like Johnny Weir. Give me a break.
No.
Yeah, they were just
It didn't
so
pan
off,
out.
yeah.
And I think we've seen 2 episodes of The Masked Singer, and I don't think any of those people
Right.
were JHope. And if it was, I think people would
Nobody
have
on Masked Singer is J-Hope.
people would have figured that out right away.
Right.
Okay, so the next story, if you've heard, the Jingle Ball lineup is out. If you don't know, Jingle Ball is a series of concerts that happen in December. They're always Christmas themed. And
Do they sing Christmas songs? I love Christmas music.
I hope they do. I don't know.
Do they sing Christmas music? I love Christmas music.
I've never been to a Jingle Ball.
I've never been to a Jingle Ball either, but I'm literally going to buy a ticket
I hope
right
they
now.
do. These are organized by iHeartRadio and the local radio station, and it has multiple artists on the lineup. And for the first time, there's one show that has BTS.
Oh, okay.
So they'll be performing at Jingle Ball in Los Angeles on December 6th. And what I would recommend, they have a pre-sale. So if you have a Capital One card, I highly recommend that you get tickets, and you probably get the maximum tickets, and then just sell the rest of them to whoever. Because
And if you don't have a Capital One card, just get one. It's so easy to get these cards. It
hopefully,
really is. It's so easy to get credit cards.
just sign up for credit cards. They'll
Oh
give
my
them
God.
to anybody.
Credit card companies just like want your business because you're probably going to sell your soul to them. But anyway, yeah, continue.
Yeah, they like you to run up debt. They like you to buy a lot of concert tickets.
They like debt. We're not going to get into that. This is not like a financial podcast. So go ahead and run up your debt.
This is not Dave Ramsey's podcast, but go ahead and
Yeah,
charge
Dave
credit
Ramsey
cards.
would recommend that you just not get this credit card. But we would recommend that you do get it. So you just get a concert ticket.
Yes, that's right. So as relevant to BTS, the Jingle Ball that is in Los Angeles is on December 6th. The Capital One presale is October 7th, so that's going to be in 2 days at this recording.
Uh-huh.
So by the time you hear this, it'll probably be over with. But hopefully you will have bought tickets to that.
Right.
And
We bought tickets.
Yes.
For sure.
I'll say that. Predicting the future, we'll have bought tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, just for your knowledge, the lineup of the Los Angeles show is going to be Katy Perry, BTS, Billie Eilish, Sam Smith, Camila Cabello, Halsey, French Montana,
Oh my God,
Lizzo,
Billie Eilish.
and Normani.
So even for the losers amongst you, you have something. See, there you go, Billie Eilish. All you emo losers, you can you have something to look at. Well, first of all, who the hell wants to see Billie Eilish in a Christmas? Christmas is about happiness and positivity and whatever. As far as I know, isn't Billie Eilish kind of emo, kind of I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking ignorantly, but
As I understand
it, she's some sort of emo queen, right?
Right.
Okay. Anyway, she's not the only one though. There's all these other people.
There's multiple artists.
There's multiple artists.
There's somebody for everybody.
Maybe for that one night she'll sing happy Christmas music, which she should, because it's Christmas time.
Well, that'll be cool if she does Jingle Bell Rock, something like that.
I literally know
I would
nothing
love
about
to hear
Billie
it.
Eilish except for my impression of her.
So our next story, as you know, BTS concert coming up in Saudi Arabia. They said the decision to have a concert there is not easy. I have a quote here from RM who says, "We were officially invited. It's been a while since we've performed in the Middle East." And then Jimin says, "If there's a place where people want to see us, we'll go there. That's really how we feel." So I think that's very safe to say, and they just want to perform for fans.
Oh, so some people are you should not perform in the Middle East because of the atrocities, and they maybe they killed a journalist last year, or various things. So, like, they've done more stuff than that, by the way.
Right.
You look into it, but like that's probably the thing they're thinking about, right?
Political reasons.
And like, oh, you guys shouldn't go there. Like, hey, listen, if they held that standard, listen, if they held that standard as far as where they would go and perform, they would perform nowhere. Okay, there's no country on earth except maybe Switzerland, okay, where they could perform live that didn't engage in quote unquote atrocities. And this includes the United States. Okay, so are people like blaming BTS for going to Saudi Arabia? Because that sounds stupid to me. Because they shouldn't blame BTS for going to Saudi Arabia, because just literally there's every single country that you go to has its issues. They shouldn't hold this against BTS for going to Saudi Arabia and just performing.
I think you're always going to have people that criticize a group performing somewhere if it's not one of the like regular countries, just like United States, Canada, Europe. It's like someone's always going to have something to say, and it might not even be valid. It's like there's fans there in Saudi Arabia too. Should they just like suffer like forever because there's stuff that their government is doing?
And also, let's just be real. Those countries, yes, they've done stuff, but our country, I don't know what country, whatever listeners are from, but your country has done stuff. Just trust me on that, okay? Your country is not clean. Your country has done stuff that maybe you don't agree with. Does that mean BTS should not perform in your country? Of course not. BTS should perform in your country because like people love them and they want to see them, and it doesn't have anything to do with co-signing on what the government of that country does. Right? Like if performing in a country meant you co-signed on what the government of that country does, you could perform in 0 countries, because there's 0 countries that have not done stuff that somebody interprets as immoral or dirty or underhanded, etc., etc. There's just 0 countries like that. Even Switzerland. Well, maybe Switzerland's fine, but are they just going to perform there every single time for the rest of their lives? No, obviously. So they're going to perform in the countries that invite them. That's just business, and that's just reality. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and I think this happens a lot when artists are performing in Israel or like Saudi Arabia or other countries like that.
Wait, who protests Israel? Oh yeah, I guess some people would.
Yeah, recently like Demi Lovato did something in Israel and people criticized her for that.
True.
But I think if you're in one of these areas where it's like people have strong opinions, then they're gonna speak up
kingdom
about it. Yeah.
Of Saudi Arabia. Who invited them? MBS? Mohammed bin Salman? He's so cool.
Most likely, yeah. I think it's good that BTS is not making any other kind of statements about this. They are just saying, well, we want to go to Saudi Arabia.
I agree.
So we can perform for the fans.
They have handled it perfectly, because they do not feed into this like Western SJW. Don't feed into this like feeding frenzy in the West about what things are correct, what things are not. They're very, PC. We're just gonna like give a PC answer. I think that's the best they can do. Is it enough to satisfy some people in the West? No. But at the same time, that's fine.
No, I think that's very smart of them, because there's actually a very similar situation that happened with Nicki Minaj that I read a blind item about. So she was supposed to perform at...
So this is not real. It's a blind item.
No, this happened.
It's a blind item you just said. It's not real.
Well, we don't know...
So you're assuming it's real.
Well, I'll tell you the part that is not a fact.
Okay.
She was supposed to perform at the Jeddah World Festival in Saudi Arabia, which was back in July.
Okay.
And so she signed up for that. And then everybody started criticizing her. Well, not everybody, but I don't know. Maybe some people on Twitter, they were like...
Because it's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they're like, why are you performing in Saudi Arabia?
They're evil.
Yeah, it's like, why are you doing that? Okay. And so she was, listening to all the criticism, and then she decided to withdraw from the festival.
Oh, weak.
But it's like, this happens like a week before it's supposed to happen, and that's kind of like, okay, well, they don't have like a huge headliner now. And so then after that, it's like they've got to sign people at the last minute, and then the couple of artists that they signed up for, they got Janet Jackson, 50 Cent, Chris Brown.
Oh, those are big artists, though.
Future and Tyga.
Mm-hmm. Those are big artists.
But it's like what the blind item was saying was that like someone connected to one of these artists, their people were the ones behind trying to tell Nicki Minaj to drop out. So like they're trying to get her out of the way. So it's like a lot of this is just like, okay, other artists trying to use the politics of it to get people out of their way.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Really? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, that's what this blind item says, so it might not even be true. But they're saying, like, and the acts that I just said, they were signed after Nicki Minaj left.
These acts sound very big, though.
Yeah.
Oh, they just, like, use this
they kind of manipulated.
To push her out.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And now she's retired because she wants to have a kid or whatever.
Right.
Goodbye, Nicki Minaj. We'll miss you.
And the other thing was like,
maybe not really.
These other artists that signed on afterwards, they were able to charge even more because like they had to fill it.
Well, Janet Jackson's a big name.
Well, and it's a last minute, so it's like, I got to charge more because.
Oh wow! Yeah. I get what you're saying. Okay.
So it's like some people.
And Saudi Arabia has plenty of money, obviously.
Yeah, they can pay.
Yeah.
They can pay it. It's like some people when they bring up stuff like that, they might not even be, actually offended. It's just like, oh, I have this other agenda going on.
It's terrible. You know what? People should just like let the marketplace of ideas. I don't know. They should just let the marketplace of ideas dominate. In which case, basically, if you don't like something, then just don't consume it. Right? And then if it gets consumed by tons of people, then obviously you're the loser, right? There's tons of people who want to consume this. You're just wrong, right? You can't silence it. Like the marketplace of ideas should win. It's just my opinion. And I guess this is, I don't know. Sort of in line with that? No, it's not in line with that. It's more political than that. Like some people just drop out due to politics, which is really, really sad. So it's whatever. What was it? We were talking about Chicken Noodle Soup, right?
We're talking about why is BTS having a concert in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia?
First of all, when is that concert?
I don't remember the date exactly. It's like October.
Good luck, BTS. It's super hot then.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll be okay.
Hot all the time.
But I'm sure they'll get like VIP treatment.
Oh, I'm sure they will. And I'm sure there'll be a great turnout for them since they're super popular everywhere.
Yes. Hey guys, just a quick update about Jingle Ball. When we talked about buying tickets earlier in this episode, I recommended that everybody with a Capital One card go and get in on the pre-sale. That way you can buy tickets for yourself and then sell off the extra tickets. Well, it was such a good idea, apparently, that everybody did that. And I logged in and I was led to believe that having a Capital One card was some kind of exclusive group of people. I logged into Ticketmaster and get in the waiting room, and then I'm in the queue nothing's updating, and I get kicked out of it and have to log in again. And then I switch browsers. Then I was using Internet Explorer to start with, and then I switched to Chrome. And I'm doing this at work, by the way, in my cubicle. So it's kind of awkward that people keep walking by and, interrupting me while I'm trying to buy tickets at work. So then finally the Ticketmaster window is working properly, and it says 2,000 people are ahead of me. And I think it was 45 minutes later that I finally get in, and the only tickets left are just single seat tickets that were either in the very upper part of the stadium or really expensive for I don't know what reason, $400 tickets that aren't floor, so I don't know why they're expensive. But and it's like, okay, I don't have any use for one ticket, and I don't want to pay a lot for tickets because I don't think that's what they normally cost. So I didn't buy anything, and then it completely got sold out minutes later. So I did not get tickets. Long story short. So congratulations to anyone in Army who did get tickets and will be able to see BTS at this performance. I'm sure it'll be a good show, and there's a lot of good artists there, and so hopefully you like everybody who's performing, and then you'll also get to see BTS. I might try general sales, but I don't think I will be able to at that time that they're doing it. So what I'll be doing is watching all the YouTube videos of Jingle Ball, and most likely there'll be Ultimate Dodo videos because she seems to get to go to everything. So that's okay. But just wanted to give a quick update to let you know that I did not get tickets, and good luck to everybody who did. Stay tuned for the next episode where we discuss Super M, enlistment, and dating. So thank you for joining us today, to our guest Morgan. You can find BTS Happy Hour wherever you find podcasts. We're currently working on getting it added to all the major places where you would find podcasts. New episodes will be on Monday unless something happens. If you could leave a review or like or follow, that would be much appreciated. Follow me on Twitter at OurBTS, HOURBTS. Go ahead and tweet at me and let me know your thoughts on this episode and what do you think you'd want to hear us talk about. Or if there's something you heard about BTS that you aren't hearing anywhere else, we can look into it. I will take it under advisement. So once again, that's at OurBTS on Twitter, at HOURBTS. Until next time, this has been the BTS Happy Hour. Thanks for listening, and remember, make every hour a happy one.